Hey basketball fans, welcome to today's deep dive into a topic that's quietly changing the NBA as we know it. Sure, the season is back, and we're hyped to see players dropping threes, dunking on defenders, and chasing that championship glory. But let me ask you this. How many of your favorite players are actually playing right now? Injuries are at an all-time high in the NBA, sidelining stars, crushing championship hopes, and leaving fans asking, what's going wrong? Is it the grueling schedule, the travel demands, or something else entirely? Today, we'll explore this crisis from every angle, complete with insights from experts, data you won't believe, and some possible solutions. Grab your popcorn, folks. This isn't just about basketball. It's about the survival of the game itself. Let's start with some shocking stats. As of this season, the injury report feels more like a never-ending scroll. Superstars like Kevin Durant, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, and Jimmy Butler, out. Role players like Mitchell Robinson and Jared Vanderbilt, also out. And these aren't minor injuries. Many of these players have been sidelined for weeks. According to a study from Yahoo Sports, the number of games missed by NBA players this season has jumped 28% compared to last year. In just 3 weeks, injured players have missed a staggering 686 games. That's up from 507 games at the same point last season. Think about that for a moment. Nearly 200 more games lost already. It's no longer an occasional issue. It's a full-blown epidemic, even scarier. This trend has been building for years. Between 2009 and 2022, the average number of games missed due to injuries increased by 12% annually. That's not a coincidence. It's a pattern. And it's one that threatens the very foundation of the league. Injuries don't just affect the players. They impact the entire league. The NBA thrives on star power. Think about it. How many people tune in to watch LeBron, Steph, or Luka? Now imagine a finals without them. Or worse, an entire season. When stars are out, it's not just their teams that suffer. It's the fans, the broadcasters, and even the league's revenue. According to Forbes, the absence of a superstar can cost their team millions in ticket sales, merchandise, and sponsorships. It's like trying to sell a Marvel movie without the superheroes. Sure, the supporting cast is great, but fans want the stars. To understand what's happening, we spoke to Dr. Julio Calleja Gonzalez, a sports scientist who spent years studying elite athletes, including NBA players. He pointed out 2 major culprits: schedule density and lack of recovery time. Players today face an unprecedented grind. The NBA's 82-game schedule is paired with back-to-backs, long flights, and constant time zone changes. Even in the off-season, players aren't truly resting. Many participate in international tournaments or rigorous training camps, leaving them physically drained before the season even begins. As Dr. Calleja explained, quote appears on screen with a voiceover. Fatigue is a silent killer. When players don't get enough recovery time, their muscles, joints, and even their minds are at greater risk of breaking down. And let's not forget travel. Sure, these players fly in private jets, but even luxury can't beat biology. Crossing multiple time zones wreaks havoc on their circadian rhythms, affecting everything from reaction time to muscle recovery. Now, let's talk about the NBA's most polarizing strategy: load management. Teams rest their stars, hoping to prevent injuries and extend careers. But does it actually work? The NBA conducted a study claiming that load management has no direct impact on injury prevention, but they've kept the findings under wraps. Meanwhile, experts like Dr. Calleja argue that load management does help, but only when it's part of a bigger recovery plan. Here's the thing. Injuries are caused by a mix of factors: fatigue, overuse, biomechanics, even mental stress. All play a role. Load management isn't a silver bullet, but it's a useful tool when combined with smarter scheduling and recovery practices. The NBA isn't ignoring the problem. They've reduced back-to-backs and tried to minimize travel miles by scheduling more series games, where teams play multiple games in one city. But here's the kicker. They also added the NBA Cup. More games, more intensity, and less recovery. It's a step forward and 2 steps back. And then there's the playoffs. Dr. Calleja says teams need at least 12 days to recover between the regular season and playoffs. Right now, most teams only get 5 or 6. That's like trying to run a marathon after only sleeping for 3 hours. It's just not sustainable. Experts suggest a few key changes. Shorten the schedule. Fewer games would mean less wear and tear, but it's a tough sell for a league that thrives on revenue from 82 games. Better recovery time. Extend breaks between the regular season and playoffs to ensure players are physically ready for the grind. Smarter travel. Keep games within closer geographic regions to minimize the toll of cross-country flights, and it's not just on the league. Teams, trainers, and players themselves need to work together to prioritize health. Advanced recovery tools, smarter training methods, and a better understanding of individual needs can all make a difference. Injuries are the NBA's silent pandemic, but they don't have to be. With smarter schedules, better recovery protocols, and a commitment to player health, we can keep the stars shining on the court where they belong. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Should the NBA shorten the season? Is load management the answer? Or is it time for something entirely new? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Together, we can make basketball better for the players, the fans, and the future of the game.